are well and that you are having a good day so far. All right, so for today, we are doing our grade 1 English lesson on to be and to have. So, we're doing a grade 1 lesson on to be and to have. And before we start, you're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. You're going to log in with your username as well as your password. And then we're going to select language arts. So the subject of language arts, and then we go to grade 1. All right, so once we have logged in, we selected the subject of language arts, we've chosen grade 1. Now we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of to be and to have. To be and to have. All right, so the chapter of to be and to have, right? The lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of to be and to have is the first lesson is going to be to be is to use the correct present tense form, and then to be to use the correct past tense form, and then also to be use the correct form, and then to have to use the correct form. So that is going to be our focus lessons for today under the chapter of to be and to have. All right, so we're going to start now. We're going to go to the first lesson, which is to be, which is to use the correct present tense form. All right. Pardon. So we use is. We use is if the sentence is about one person, right? So we use is if the sentence is about one person, one animal, one place, or one thing, right? It's like saying, for example, Mary is funny. She is funny. It is soft, right? Now, the word is, it refers to one person, one animal, one place, or one thing that you are basically referring to or talking about, right? So that is is. Is refers to basically one person, animal, place, or thing, right? Then we need to use are, right? So we use are if the sentence is about more than one person, place, animal, or thing, right? So if the sentence is about more than one person, animal, place, or thing, we use are. So we can also use are if the sentence is about you, which is like saying, for example, we have Jake and Ron are late. And this is more than one person, right, that we are talking about. So yeah, it says we also use are if the sentence is about you, right? Where you can say you are so nice. So you don't say you is so nice, you say you are so nice. We are behind you, and the word we, it refers to more than one person, right? So we use if the sentence is about one person, animal, place, or thing. And the example that we have is Mary is funny, it is soft, and we use are if the sentence is about more than one person, animal, place, or thing, right? It's like saying plural. But we also use are if the sentence is about you. It's like saying, you are so nice. We are behind you. Jake and Ron are late, right? So Jake and Ron, or we, it refers to more than one person, right? All right, then we use am if the sentence is about I. For example, I am going to the shop. I am doing something, right? So that is referring to I. So we use am if the sentence is about I. I am here. I am dancing, right? So that is that is to be or to have so far, right? Ooh. So we use words like is, are, or am, right? So within the lesson, we are also going to learn how to basically use it within a sentence and also correctly, right? Because, like I say, you can't say you is, right? So you need to know which form of the word you need to use correctly. All right, we're moving on. Okay, so if we look at the sentence over here, right, it says you need to complete the sentence. Your shoes and socks. Your shoes and socks. Is it, we need to use the word is, am, or are out in the rain. Your shoes and socks, right? So if we use your shoes and socks, right, then we're going to say, oh, so your shoes and socks, right, it refers to, oh, sorry, is out in the rain. And remember, we said that if it refers to one person, then we use is. If it refers to more than one person, and then we use the word are, right, in order to basically fill in within that sentence or to complete the sentence. So if we now scroll down to look at what they're saying, it says the sentence is more than one, right? So yeah, they're saying that the sentence is referring to more than one thing, which is are. So your shoes and socks are outside in the rain or out in the rain. And remember, we said that if you refer to more than one person, animal, place, or thing, we use are. If we refer to one person, place, or thing, we use e. If you are referring to yourself, which is I, and then we use am. All right. Jake, a great friend. So, Jake, a great friend. So we need to choose the correct word, right? Or the correct form. Is Jake, is it is, are, or am? Jake is, are, or am. So in this case, we will then say, seeing that Jake is referred to as one person, then it means that we're going to say Jake is a great friend, right? Because Jake is only one person, or it refers to one person only that we are talking about. So Jake is a great friend. So we don't say Jake are because Jake is on its own, right? Or we don't say Jake am because am just does not make sense within that sentence. So Jake is a great friend. All right, so here it says that the sentence is about one person, right? Which is Jake is a great friend. The map in my bag, right? So the map, where will the map is in my bag, which means that we are going to use the word is in my bag. So the map is in my bag, right? The map is in my bag. So we had to choose between is, am, or are, and is the correct form at word. that fits within that sentence, right? And here we even say the sentence about one person, which means that the map is in my bag. Let's go next. He at the store with Tess, right? So he refers to only one person, right? Which means that we are going, he is at the store with Tess. So he is at the store with Tess. Her truck is, it is and are. Her truck is, her truck am, or her truck are. So we will then say her truck is. Her truck is red, right? So her is, it refers to only one person that we are talking about, which means that her truck is red. Yes, so the sentence refers to one person, so the truck is. Grandma is here. So grandma is here because grandma came alone, right? Unless we had to say my grand, and then we were going to say are. But in this case, we need to only say is because we're only referring to grandma. So grandma is. All right, so here we say grandma is because the sentence refers to one person. All right, let's go to the test. All right, so if we're here by the test, right, we need to complete the sentence. And we need to complete the sentence by filling either in is, am, or are, right? Is, am, or are. Jake, is it Jake are a good friend, a great friend, or Jake is a great friend? We need to choose the correct one. Jake are a great friend, or Jake is a great friend. And Jake is basically referred to as one person, right? And we say that if we use one person or we refer to only one person, and then we use the word is. So Jake is a great friend. So is, if you have is, then well done. The eggs, brown and white. The eggs, brown and white. Is it are or is? The eggs is brown and white, or the eggs are brown and white. All right, so we're going to choose the word are. And the reason why we chose are is because the eggs, right? Because eggs means that there is more than one egg. So it refers to more than one egg, not just one egg. If we had only, if they say the egg, right, referring only to one egg, then it would have been is. But in this case, it is the eggs, which refers to more than one thing, right? We use are. Yes. She is at Blake's birthday party, or she are at Blake's birthday party. We need to choose the correct one. She is or she are at Blake's birthday party. All right. So since we are only referring to one person, which is she, then we're going to say is, right? And remember we said when we use is, it's like we are referring to one person, place, or thing, an animal. And we use are when we're referring to more than one person, place, animal, or thing. Good. We, right? We, which is more than one. Is it we are at the zoo with grandma or we am at the zoo with grandma? We are at the zoo with grandma or we am at the zoo with grandma. All right, so am is not or does not fit within that sentence, which means that we are going to say we are at the zoo with grandma. So are is the correct form. The store is open now or the store am open now. All right, so since we are only referring to one store, right? You're only referring to one store, so we're going to say the store is open now. Is open now. So well done. All right. Now we're going back and we're going to the next one, right? So we're still working with to be, right? And now we're going to use the correct past tense form. So we use the correct present tense forms. Now we are going to use the correct past tense form. Oh, sorry. So within the present tense forms, right, we use words like is, are, and we use words like am, right? So now we are now doing the past tense form using the correct past tense form, right? And when we use the correct past tense forms, then we're going to use words like was or were. So the same with is and are. Is refers to one person, animal, place, or thing. And were, so is and was basically refers to one person, place, animal, or thing. And then are and were, like in this case, which we are still going to find more out about, they refer to more than one person, place, animal, or thing. All right, so now we use, right? So you use was if the sentence is about one person, one animal, place, or thing. So we use was if the sentence is about one person, animal, place, or thing, right? For example, Mary was funny, right? So in the past tense, we use the word was. So Mary was funny. It was soft. I was here, right? So was within a sentence is about one person, animal, place, or thing. Then we have were. We use were if the sentence is about more than one person, animal, place, or thing, right? For example, Jake and Ron were late, which refers to a them. It refers to both of them, right? Which means that it is more than one. So it's were. We were behind you, right? We can refer to more than one person, basically any amount, because it's we. You were so funny. You were so funny. And here, even in our description or explanation, it says also use were if the sentence is about you. So you don't say you was funny because you're only referring to you. No, we need to say you were. So funny or so nice or so happy, right? You basically choose whatever that you want to put in there. All right, we're now going to complete the sentence. She was faster than Emma, or she were faster than Emma. And since we are referring to basically one person, we can say she was faster than Emma, right? And was, it gives us an indication that we are basically referring to or discussing one person. Was. All right. The ducks. We're already referring to more than one, right? So the ducks, they were, we're going to say were. Let me open. So they were. So we're going to say the ducks were white and yellow because we're referring to more than one animal. So were. They new to our town. So do we choose was or were? They, right? So still the wording they gives us indication that it is referring to more than one person, animal, place, or thing, right? So we're gonna say they are new to town. So they are new to town. So we're going to say are. Oopsie. Are new to town. Was they refer to more than one person also? All right. Let's go next to the next one, Salon. Chad. We use between was or were. So Chad, we can say Chad was because Chad is only referring to himself being alone. So Chad was. So Chad, oopsie, not was or were. Let's remove the was, just was. Chad was in the parade last year. And why did we choose was? Because we're only referring to one person. They gone in the morning. So they were gone or they was gone. We need to choose the correct word. Is they were gone or they was gone. So they refer to more than one person, right? Which means that we are going to say they were gone. Let's first add this word. They were gone in the morning. All right. We. We. So do we say we were on the train all day, or we can say we was on the train all day? And remember, we say that if we are referring to more than one person, place, animal, or thing, then we say we were. So were, because it refers to more than one. So we were on the train all day. So were, we're going to choose the word were. If we even scroll down, here it says a sentence is about more than one person, right? So we use the word were in that sentence. All right, let's go to the test. We need to either choose between was or were. Was or were. Remember, we said was is in the past tense, which refers to one person, animal, place, or thing. And using were, right? Using were, it refers to more than one person, right? So I is the was or were mad at my sister this morning. So we're gonna say I was because it refers to one person. Well done. The road, flat and long. So the road was flat and long, or the road were flat and young, long. So we're going to say the road was flat and long. Good. The fire in the hills. Do we say the fire were in the hills or was in the hills? The fire. All right, so if we say in the hills, then we can maybe say the fire is or was, sorry, in the hills. Sometimes it can be very tricky, especially if you, like, for example, say the fire, right? Because remember, fire, it spreads, right? It spreads. So it may seem as if it's one, but then it may be referred to as more than one, right? Or vice versa. So let's choose the fire was in the hills. Was for now. So yes, was is correct because it is basically one fire. But sometimes, like I say, it can be a huge fire that is spreading, and then we can use were. In that case, was. All right. So we need to use now to be, use the correct form. So before we use the correct form, right? Remember in our previous lessons, the two lessons, we had to we focused on the present tense as well as the past tense, right? And we said that in the present tense, we use words like is, am, right? Like for example, he is, they are, I am, right? So we use words like is, are, am to basically tell about the present, right? It is happening now. And then we use the is if the sentence is about one person, animal, place, or thing, right? All right. So here they say, Sorry for going pause. The word is, are, and am, it tells us about the present, right? And we need to use the word is if the sentence is about one person, animal, place, or thing. Then we also have are, and we say that we use the word are in the sentence if the word is about more than one person, animal, place, or thing. We can also use are if the sentence is about you, right? It's like saying you are, right? And sometimes we get it wrong by saying you is, but that is not correct, right? Because we need to use words like you are, right? They are, right? Um, so you don't say you is. And also when it comes to I, then we need to say I am, not I are, I is, I know. You say I am, right? So the oranges refers to more than one in the basket. So the oranges, we can say the oranges were in the basket, right? So they were in the basket. Or the oranges are in the basket. So it's either are or were. And in this case, it is are. So it is currently in the basket. This is referring to the present. So the oranges are in the basket. And remember, we have words that refers to the present or present tense, and we have words that refers to the past, or let's say past tense. Like for example, is in the present, was is in the past. It happened, right? The kittens in the tall green grass. The kittens refers to more than one person, so we can say that the kittens are in the tall green grass. So either the kittens are or the kittens were. Kittens are or the kittens were. Yes, so yeah, the kittens were in the tall green grass. An ant, an ant is. So we're gonna use the word is on my sock. An ant is on my sock. Because remember, an ant is very small, right? So you won't even sometimes notice that an ant is on your sock. So an ant is. Okay, in this case, it is in the past. So we can say an ant was in the on my sock. And remember, we said that yes, some words are in the present, some words are in the past, right? But we need to know which word to use correctly or properly, right, within the certain sentences. All right, let's go next. Some boys and girls. So some boys and girls, right? We either need to say are in front of my class or some boys and girls were in front of my house, not class, house, right? Oh, and it is were, right? And that is why I even constantly I mention are or were, is or was, right? So in this sense, it is more than one person, right? And to complete the sentence, we use the word were. The kittens were in the tall green grass. So they were. The girls, do we say the girls were all in one class, right? Or we can say the girls are all in one class. And we can either use are or we can use were within this case, in the sentences. Oh, and it is were, right? So the girls were all in class. So the kittens were. The girls, we can say were all in one class. Were, were in one class. All right. The way they also made it was a bit tricky, right? Because they didn't specifically state that it is maybe a question being asked within the past tense or within the present tense. But let's go to the test. All right, so now in the test, right, we need to choose the correct word to complete the sentence, right? And they say to be is to use the correct form. So do we say the bone is for the puppy? The bone am for the puppy? The bone are for the puppy? In this sense, we're going to say the bone is, because it refers to one animal only. So the bone is for the puppy. Is refers to one person, animal, place, or thing. Those plants, do we say those plants am very tall? Those plants are very tall? Or those plants is very tall? Those plants am very tall, are very tall, or is very tall? So we either have am, those plants am very tall, then we have are, so we're going to say it is are. So those plants are, and remember we said that are refers to more than one person, animal, place, or thing. The oranges in the basket. Is it the oranges am, the oranges are, or the oranges is in the bucket? So we're going to say oranges are. And the reason why we choose are is because of it, the oranges. Oranges referring to more than one person. So R is correct. All right, so that is basically, so far we have used to be, right? We have used to be in three different occasions, right? Where we used to be to use the correct present tense form, the past tense form, and we also use the correct form, right? So now we're going to the last one, which is use the correct form. Ducks, ducks, ducks. Is it ducks? Is, ducks are. Remember ducks. If we say a duck, it refers to one person, but ducks, right? So now we're going to use words like have or has, right? Here's an explanation. It says we need to use has if something is about one person, animal, place, or thing, right? So we're going to say, so we use has then. And here we have a few examples. Pet has a little sister, right? So has, right? A little sister. And he has two balloons. Has. So we use has if the sentence is about one person, right? Animal, place, or thing. So has is the same as within the present tense we have for example, where somebody says present, and then later on we also have where we can identify. All right, so now we use has, then we use have, HAVE, if the sentence, is about more than one person, animal, place, or thing, right? And remember, we also use have if the sentence is about you or I, right? So even though the sentence is about you or I, we also have we also use have in the sentence. And there we have an example. The boys have many friends. So the boys have many friends. You have a pretty painting. And I have a cat, right? And has is Pet has a little sister. He has two balloons. Mm-hmm. All right, so we basically using words like has or have within this lesson, right? So ducks. So ducks has flat feet or ducks have. So we're gonna say ducks have flat feet. So have is the correct word. So have. They, is it have a book about dogs or they has a book about dogs? So we can say it is have. They have a book about dogs, right? And in this case, the sentence is about more than one person. So we need to complete the sentence with have. So they have a book about dogs. Have. This book, is it has funny pictures or have funny pictures? So this book. So this book, we can say this book has funny pictures. Has, right? Funny pictures. Oopsie, where am I? Yes. Dale. Is it Dale has or Dale have an apple? We can then say Dale has an apple, right? And here it says that is completed, which is has, right? So the sentence is about one person. So Dale has an apple. All right, let's go to the test. Let's go to the test. We are now going to use words either has or have to fill in the correct answers. This zoo, do we say have 10 monkeys or the zoo 10 monkeys? So we're going to say the zoo have or has. Let's just choose anyone. So we just chose have, right? So what happens is I choose an incorrect answer, right? Then don't worry, nothing to panic about, right? That happens. And the reason why it happens that you get to have an incorrect answer, it is merely because um the answers or the questions are quite tricky, right? Because even when we were going through the tutorial, some of the questions were asked extremely, it's like tricky, right? So what will happen is that if you get something incorrect, right, you go to where you find the right answer, copy the link, right, send it to us, and you will get 100 bonus points. So, which means that this zoo has the monkeys. They. So, do we say they has a book about dogs or they a book about dogs? So, we're gonna say yeah that they have a book about dogs, and that is correct. All right. So that is now about to be and to have. And when we have talk about to be and to have, then it is by making mention either of singular forms or plural forms, right? And they didn't specifically use it in the words that I am saying, plural or singular. But if you use, let's say, something within the present tense, then we will use is, right? In the past will be was, and then in the by using the correct form will probably be has or have. So that is now the end of our lesson on to be and to have. You should have an amazing evening further. Goodbye.